Welcome to everyone to the Maths Youth Academia. Today we shall look one question on projectile June 2020 paper 3 question 3, which says that a particle is projected from a point O on a horizontal plane with a speed u at an angle alpha to the plane. The particle just clears two vertical walls, each of height h, and a horizontal distance to h and 4h from O. Show that A, 4 tan alpha equals to 3, B, 2u square equals to 125h, C, the maximum height h equals to 9 on 8h. Okay, firstly, we need to illustrate our setup diagram for the clearly manipulation and understanding of the problem. We have our particle projected at a speed u at an angle alpha to the plane. We have our vertical walls, each of height h, and our horizontal distance 2h and 4h respectively. Using the equation of path, which is y equals to x tan alpha minus g x square sec square alpha on 2u square. Okay, y is our vertical displacement, which is actually using our first coordinate 4h and h. Y is our vertical displacement, which is h, equals to x, our horizontal displacement, which is 4h, tan alpha minus what? G is actually 10 G is 10 times x, our horizontal displacement, which is 4h. I square it, I'll have what? I'll have the 2 we cancel with g to have 5 times what? 16h squared, because I'll square the 4h squared to have 16h squared times 5, which is giving us 80h squared sec square alpha, which is actually our equation 1. Okay, dividing all through by h, I'll have 1 equals to 4 tan alpha minus 80x sec square alpha on u square. Okay, using our second coordinate 2h and h, I have my vertical displacement at h equals to 2h tan alpha minus what? I have g as 10. I square 2h, which is my vertical displacement for my second coordinate, to have what? Which is giving us 4h squared times 10, 40h squared divided by 2. This is giving us 20h squared sec square alpha. Multiplying by 4 and dividing by h, I multiply by 4 to have an easy simplification. Okay, I multiply and I divide by h. I will have 4 equals to 8 times alpha minus 80x square alpha on u square, which is our equation 2. Okay, solving both equation 1 and 2 simultaneously, equation 2 and equation 1. Okay, I simply subtract both equations since I have similar terms in each equation 2 and 1. So I subtract them to just eliminate those similar ones. I'll have 4 minus 1, which is 3, 8 tan alpha minus 4 tan alpha, which is 4 tan alpha, which is actually giving us our first proof. B, using the horizontal displacement x equals to u cos alpha, using the time of flight, which is actually t equals to 2u sine alpha on g, I simply substitute it inside my horizontal displacement, which will give me 2u squared sine alpha cos alpha on g. You can recall from our first proof we had 4 tan alpha equals to 3. Okay, dividing all through by 4, half tan alpha equals to 3 on 4. Okay, using Pythagoras theorem, I'll have c square equals to a square plus b square. Representing on a right angle triangle, tan alpha, which is actually opposite on adjacent, I have my opposite and I have my adjacent. To find now the unknown part, which is our hypotenuse, I'll simply use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, I'll have the square root of what? A square, which is 4 square plus 3 square. I'll have what? 16 plus 9, which is 25, and the square root is giving me 5, which is actually the longest part, which is the hypotenuse. Okay, we have now cos alpha, which is actually adjacent on hypotenuse, and sine alpha, which is opposite on hypotenuse. Substituting our information in our horizontal displacement and simplifying correctly, I'll have x as 12u squared on 125. Crossing multiply, I have 125x equals to 12u squared. Okay, since the distance along the x-axis is what, 4h plus 2h, which is giving us what, our x is 6h, which is actually the distance along the x-axis. So the complete distance along the x-axis is actually 6h. We now substitute our 6h where we have x in our horizontal displacement. Okay, we have now 125 times 6h equals to 12u square, and now divide all through by 6 to have 2u square equals to 125h, which is actually giving us our second proof. Okay, C, I have my maximum height as u square times sine square alpha on 2g. Okay, sine square alpha, half what, I just square our sine alpha, which is 3 on 5, times 2 times 10. Okay, I'll have, if I simplify correctly, I'll have 9u square on 500. Since from our previous proof, which is our second proof, where we have 2u square equals to 125h, I simply divide all through by 2 to have my u square, to finally substitute it where I have my maximum height. So where I have u square, I simply substitute 125h on 2. Okay, if I simplify correctly, I have 1125h on 1000, which is giving us actually 9 on 8h, which is actually our third proof. Okay, thank you for watching the videos. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment and share.